Oh, hello there! I'm Professor Hoenn. For the casual Pokemon players, you might not know that every Pokemon has a spread of base stats. These stats are HP, Attack, Special Attack, Defense, Special Defense, and Speed. Each stat ranges from 1 to 255 and will give a good indication of the strengths and weaknesses of each Pokemon. So, the lower the speed stat, the slower a Pokemon usually is. Before we jump in, I just want to point out that some Pokemon have the same speed stat, and so I've grouped them together. So, here are the top 5 slowest Pokemon. Why did I say I would group Pokemon together by their speed stat? This is going to go on and on and on, as these Pokemon are so slow. Oh, and because 5th place is shared by not 1, not 2, but 18 Pokemon who all have a base speed stat of 20. Well, it's technically 19 Pokemon that share this stat, if we include both the normal Geodude and its Alolan form. Sharing the spot on this list is also Jigglypuff, Sentret, Togepi, Slugma, Wurmple, Azurill, Mega Sableye and Mega Camerupt, Torkoal, Boldore, Solasis, Escavalier, Ferrothorn, Litwick, and recent additions Greedent, Applin, and Snom. Unlike the other Pokemon in this video, there seems to be no rhyme or reason as to why this group shares a speed stat. I thought it might be because they have similar height or weight. No. And it's definitely not the Pokemon's typings either. Heck, across these 19 Pokemon, there's a total of 14 types. I even scoured their Pokedex entries, but there's nothing that's common between them. It's just all over the place. So I think each of these Pokemon has an individual reason for having this base speed stat. But honestly, it's all over the place. I'm not exactly sure why Sentret and Greedent are in this group. These little guys are based on a squirrel, right? Have you seen them move? They're not exactly slow. But in all seriousness, Sentret is probably slower due to its cautious nature, while Greedent's Pokedex entry in Sword reveals that it's a little bit slow-witted. The other Pokemon have Pokedex entries that hint at why they're slow, such as Ferrothorn, which tends to use its feelers to slowly drag itself across an area. Torkoal has to burn coal to get energy, and when preparing for battle, the Pokemon has to burn more, so it probably takes a while to get going, I guess? Most of Geodude's Pokedex entries talk about how they are found in large numbers in fields and mountains, and most people don't even realise they are there, until they step on them, which implies they just tend to lounge around? Slugma is a pretty easy one to place in this category, as its Pokedex entry in Soul Silver states that it slowly slithers around. Wurmple's and Snom's entries point to how they use their bodies to attach themselves to objects, so maybe they're slow to move as they're, stuck? Honestly, at this point, I'm reaching for reasons. But there are no entries for Jigglypuff, Togepi, Mega Sableye, Mega Camerupt, Boldore, Solosis, and Litwick that explain their slow speed, so we'll just have to hazard a guess? Like, Togepi still developing as it's a baby Pokemon, maybe? And the final two? Escavalier and Azurill? Oh yeah, their entries just completely contradicts their inclusion in this group. Escavalier's Pokemon Shield entry says, it charges its enemies, lances at the ready. Maybe an error? But no! Its Pokemon Black entry is even more damning. It says, they fly around at high speed, striking with their pointed spears. What? Apparently, there's even a famous painting in the Galar region depicting a clash between an Escavalier and a Sirfetch'd. This sounds like it would be an absolutely boring battle. Finally, Azurill's Diamond Pokedex entry says it lives by water. It moves quickly on land by bouncing on its big tail. Right, okay, onto the next set of Pokemon, which I hope are a bit more clear on why they have their speed stat. Just like the previous ranking, the 4th rank is a mixed bag of Pokemon, 12 in total that share the base speed stat of 15. These are Clefairy, Igglybuff, Wooper, Pineco, Silcoon, Cascoon, Rock'n'Roller, Foongus, Morelull, Sandygast, Pincurchin, and Slowpoke. Wait, Slowpoke? I mean, I guess the clue's in the name, but spoilers for the Isle of Armor, this also includes Slowpoke's Galarian form. What? Have you seen how quick this thing moves? Its Pokedex entry in red states it is incredibly slow and dopey. It takes 5 seconds for it to feel pain when under attack, which helps to explain its inclusion in this speed bracket. What's strange about this group is the speed of these Pokemon isn't based on their weight. For example, Igglybuff weighs just 1 kilogram, while at the other end of the scale is Sandygast at 70 kilograms, which is the heaviest out of this group. So, after some digging into a few Pokedex entries, there is a common theme that might explain why some of these Pokemon share the same speed stat. These Pokemon have Pokedex entries that explains that they secrete various spores or fluids that help them to either hunt or defend, which might mean that doing so results in them slowing down? Another Pokemon in this group is Sandygast. How? It's literally a sandcastle. Can it even move? I guess its ground typing is a reason why it's one of the more slower Pokemon in the series. The same for Roggenrola, which is a rock type. Oh, and they're both quite heavy compared to others on this list. Pincurchin's inclusion in this group is probably because it's based on the real-life sea urchin, which moves very slowly using its many flexible tube feet. The last two in this list are Clefairy and Igglybuff, but I'm not sure why they're in this bracket, and not with the other baby Pokemon in this video. Anyway, on to the next lot. So how many Pokemon are tied for the base speed stat of 13? 1? Really? And that Pokemon is the Ultra Beast Stakataka. Oh my god, how much fun is that to pronounce? So, why is this thing so slow? Well, it's Rock and Steel, both types that are generally heavier than other Pokemon typings. Stakataka also weighs in at 820 kilograms. In fact, it's one of the heaviest Pokemon available. Heck, there's only 8 Pokemon that are heavier. Another reason why it might be so slow can be found in its Ultra Sun Pokedex entry, which says it's made up of many life forms stacked on top of one another. And when at rest, its legs fit into the corners of the structure. Maybe this is why Game Freak gave it a slow speed, as it takes a while to get moving. Then again, this thing has legs, so why is it slower than Pokemon like Silcoon and Pineco? It's almost like Game Freak are pulling these stats out of their asphalt, you know, like what runways and roads are made from. And we have 4 Pokemon running on this surface, trying to catch up with the faster Pokemon in this list. They are Bonsly, Ferroseed, Trapinch, and Gossifleur, which all have the base speed stat of 10. Recent edition Gossifleur is the one that surprises me in this group. As a pure grass type, it stands apart from the other Pokemon, which are Rock, Ground, and Steel, which all tend to be heavier, which explains their slow speed stat. But standing at just 0.4 meters and weighing in at a light 2.2 kilograms, Gossifleur is neither big or heavy. The only clue I could find to explain its speed is in its Pokedex entry from Pokemon Sword, which states it anchors itself on the ground with its single leg, then basks in the sun. That explains that, but can someone explain how Ferroseed's speed is not the same as Pineco? Look at them, they're practically the same. At least Trapinch and Bonsly have legs, I guess. They have that going for them, which means they should be quicker than Ferroseed and Gossifleur, but surprise, they're not. And here they are, our victors, if you can call them that, because they won't be winning gold in a race anytime soon. As of Sword and Shield, the 3 slowest Pokemon are Pike, Munchlax, and Shuckle. So why are these Pokemon so slow? Well, Munchlax is the easiest to understand. Its Pokemon Diamond and Sun entries reveal that it eats its entire body weight in food every single day. That's 105 kilograms of food. Just for comparison, that means it's eating Graveler's body weight in food. For a more real-life example, that's the equivalent of roughly 3 German Shepherd dogs. Okay, I'm not exactly sure why my mind went there. Swiftly moving on, which is ironic, the next Pokemon in this category is Pike, which is a strange one. Like other Pokemon in this video, there's no explanation in its Pokedex entries as to why it's one of the 3 slowest Pokemon in existence. One reason might be that it's based on the real-world sea cucumber, which are usually quite slow as they crawl across the seafloor. And finally, we have Shuckle. Again, the only mention of Shuckle not moving around much is found in its Ultra Sun Pokedex entry, which states it likes to quietly hide itself under rocks, keeping its body concealed inside its hard shell while eating berries it has stored away. Perhaps one reason for its slow speed is because it's crammed its shell full of berries, which limits its movement. And that's it. They're our top 5 slowest Pokemon. Kind of. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, then click here to watch a challenge video or here to watch one of my top 5 videos. If you really love this video, then you'll love my next top 5 video, where we're breaking down 5 items you've probably never heard of in Pokemon games. So, subscribe and ding that bell icon to be notified when it goes live. Until next time, remember to flex your inner geek.